Week two's discussion post was focused on functional neuroanatomy, and the most interesting idea from the pre-class video that I reviewed was that how past information influences how we learn something new, according to Tokuhama-Espinosa. And I've experienced this personally by going through the process of learning a third and fourth language. What I found most interesting were these three things from this week. While the brain, one, only makes up 2% of our overall body weight, it utilizes over 20% of our glucose reserved, which further highlights the amount of energy that's required to keep this supercomputer operating, according to Volkman, 2023. And then secondly, new research is discovering that glial cells play a more important role rather than a supporting role. And third, the concept of pruning. In long-term depotentiation, LTD, underused connections are pruned away. It's essentially like taking an unused national park trail and turning it into an information super highway. She discusses these points in her Brain Basics video at 3130. And in summary, essentially it means that you're using less real estate in your brain to perform the same task more efficiently. The one thing that I found confusing in this specific video this week was the John Pepper Parkinson's case. I was curious as to why they didn't utilize DBS in his treatment plan, or if they just failed to mention it, deep brain stimulation. I thought that even though he had experienced early symptoms of Parkinson's in his 30s and proceeded to walk, which was the catalyst, walk daily, which was the catalyst presented by his wife, why there weren't other treatment methods that were utilized, because he was doing this all the way to his 80s. And my thought was that possibly other combinations of treatment could have expedited his recovery a little bit better and improved his overall quality of life. And at least one new understanding that I gained from the bundle was I found that the Huberman podcast, the science-based mental training and visualization for improved learning, very helpful. He provided an explanation for the decrease of certain brain activities in the expert brain relative to the novice brain. Basically, the novice brain is utilizing a lot more brain power because it doesn't yet have that ironed out roadmap of what things look like versus an expert. And then lastly, the understanding that I gained from the 5 sources that I reviewed was the notion that hemisphericity, the idea that people are left-brained or right-brained, is a neuromyth. And Lindell's 2011 review of neuroscience research suggests that creativity is evenly distributed. It's a whole brain process rather than solely of just the right hemisphere. That's it. Thanks.